So, welcome to another episode. I'm back with Robman, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Power Stone series on the Dreamcast. Here we go.
Welcome to Power Stone War!
So it's really great. We get to talk about Power Stone, one of our favorite games on the Dreamcast. It was originally released in the arcades in 1999 by our friends at Capcom.
It only spent a short time in the arcades before it came to home systems on the Dreamcast, a remarkably short time.
It was a couple of months.
Yeah.
It was a few months, yeah.
We were both surprised to see it just jump so quickly, but what an amazing game.
I remember I saw in a magazine back in the day, like I think in 1998, there was some screenshots of this game, Power Stone, but nobody had played it, and we walked into an arcade one day, and there it was, and it was like, wow, what the heck is this? It's a brand new fighting game by Capcom. It was really exciting, a one-on-one fighting game.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we dropped in our money right away and started playing. I think we spent a couple of good hours there the first time. The character designs were so cool, both base and powered up with the stones. The dynamics of the game were awesome and fun. It was a very refreshing new take on the one-on-one fighter.
So it was really cool to see in the arcade, and the next time I got a chance to play this game was when you brought it back from
Japan. My brother and sister were living there teaching English, so I went for a visit, and my brother let me bring back the Dreamcast, and he had a copy of Power Stone.
What a nice guy.
Oh, totally. Now, I didn't tell this guy I was bringing it. I brought it back, and I had a copy of Sega Rally. And so I brought it over to his house and plugged it in, and we played the racing game for a little bit. And then I just snuck out the Power Stone.
Yeah.
It blew his mind.
And it was cool because he's like, yeah, we got, Sega Rally. And I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. And then he's like, oh, I got something else too. It's, and it was the Japanese copy of Power Stone. And I was like, wow, so cool. We can play this at home finally. That was really neat.
So let's take a quick look at the gameplay that they developed at Capcom for these games. A very different approach from the 2D fighters that we'd seen from them before. Now that they had 3 dimensions to work with, they took it to the full potential. You could run around each of the levels and environments, from outdoor cafes to indoor bars. You had rooftops, gardens, Japanese rock gardens. Incredible, and almost everything could be picked up, thrown, destroyed, and used as a weapon.
Yeah, it was awesome. And the funny thing is a lot of people who play the game initially, I know I did, I know we talked about it back in the day, that it was very, very simple. We're like, oh, it's just a button masher, it's a cool game, but it's just a button masher. But I'm telling you, the more time you spend playing the game, you put a lot of time into it, you start to realize in versus mode, it is not just a button masher. There's a lot of strategy to the game. And it's all about waiting to, get certain weapons and using the environments to your advantage. So play it a lot more, it gets a lot deeper. I remember first seeing this game, the graphics were so unbelievable at the time. It had this awesome cel-shaded look with this great anime look to it. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that.
No, it was really cool. It was the first time I'd also seen the 2 designs for one character concept done. So there was the powered up and the regular version. And the backgrounds were so detailed,
so nice,
so well made,
yeah.
And so much of it you would just expect to have to run around. You could knock over, kick around, pick up and throw. It was such a cool thing that Capcom did with these games, that graphically, such a revolution.
So obviously something we're always a big fan of is video game music, and Power Stone, man, the soundtrack for this game was awesome. It blew me away back in the day. I still listen to it to this day.
Yeah, the music was really catchy, it was upbeat, and the tunes are just, they're nostalgic to me now because of it.
I love Focus Stage. Focus Stage music was awesome. And, Power Stone did well. It did really well on the Dreamcast. It sold quite a lot of units. So much so that we actually got a sequel in 2000, Power Stone 2.
Power Stone 2, while trying to capture the essence of the first one and using all of the things that made the first one great, threw a few new things into the mix that I personally didn't really feel worked as well. There was a 4-player battle mode that was a little too much going on, so it took a lot of
It was really chaotic. There was so much stuff. It's fun. It's fun for, you know, a group of people to play, but yeah, like I kind of missed the, you know, one-on-one fighting game aspects of the first one. You know, that I thought that was so well done. And number 2 has like so much going on. It's totally too much chaotic stuff going on. It's crazy.
It really takes away some of the strategy and turns it back into a button masher, which is unfortunate. And the other thing that I felt wasn't as good was that a lot of the levels as you're playing, the camera will start to move, and if you don't keep up with it, you lose your life.
I remember that. You know, like falling off the edge, and I'm like, okay, I'm dead. I can't get back. Okay, that's the end of that.
So people could win just by being able to jump to the platforms better than everyone else, instead of actually having to be able to fight well.
Yeah.
So the music and the graphics were still top-notch. The game itself was mostly as fun, but because of a couple of drawbacks, I didn't really like it as much as the first.
So a lot of people may have missed out on the Dreamcast version, but there was a PSP version released in 2006.
Yep, it was good to have both games on one UMD so that you can get all the classic gameplay, and it will support the 2 to 4 players, which is nice, so that you can get all the original feel in a handheld version.
And it's good. The load times are a little bit, but you know what? It's Power Stone on a handheld. How can that be a bad thing? So guys, I hope you enjoy our look back on the Power Stone series. We love this series, but we've also thought it's a very underappreciated series.
Absolutely. I mean, from the first time I've played it, it will stand the test of time. I love the music and graphics, and it's just very nostalgic.
Oh, totally. And we've always wondered why there was never a sequel, a Power Stone 3. That would have been so awesome.
It would have been great to have had another entry in the series, and we can only hope that Capcom will follow through someday and do it.
Yeah, we can pray for that. Anyways, guys, until next time.